Hey friends, welcome back to another video. I hope you will stick around. I'm going to get ready for the day, and I'm also going to talk about all of the things that I included in my makeup basket for the week, in addition to some other makeup I tried. So I got a bunch of reviews here for you. If that sounds good, keep watching this video. Let me know what you think and consider joining the community because I'd love to have you back. All right, let's get started. So how are you? I really can't complain, y'all. I'm jumping right in to the makeup. I do hope that you all are well, staying cool if it's hot where you are. I am just enjoying this summer. Been doing a lot of reflection. I don't know. I just feel myself being on the up and up and improving day by day. That's all we can do, day by day. I'm just excited. So let me know how you are doing whenever you're watching this, and let's get into the makeup. I'm gonna play the YouTube short that I uploaded this week with all of my makeup choices. I think I have almost everything here in my basket and then some, because I also tried some new makeup. I would like to give a review of those products as well. This eye cream right here is Beauty by Joseon, and it is the Revive Eye Serum with ginseng and retinol. And we're gonna get right into the sunscreen, which is pretty much empty. This is the Natasha Silk Sunscreen SPF 50, and I'm so happy to be almost finishing a product. You'll see we might be finished actually. That's always very exciting. I do have a K-Beauty sunscreen to try out next. This one is awesome. It's a great makeup primer. As you can see, there is no white cast. It will be a repurchase in the future. Now I am gonna try this out for the first time because I keep forgetting that I bought it. This is the NYX Eyebrow Glue, and this one says Crazy Lift. My holy grail, which is in my basket, is my Patrick Ta Brow Lamination Gel, but I am looking to spend less on makeup in areas where I can't. Different applicator than I was expecting, so that might help with the lift. Oh, okay, all right, wait a minute, a little bit of a learning curve here. So you squeeze it a little bit and then apply it, okay. Now I noticed with brow products, especially like the Patrick Ta one, because that's the one I've used the most, I usually do a coat and then let it sit and then come back, because when the product is a little stiff, that's when I can really shape my brows the way that I want them to be. And I try to have the feathery look, although I don't know if that's what it ends up turning out to be, but I do like my brows. So we'll see what this does. We'll come back to that. Color corrector and concealer was the same this week. Huda Beauty and Fenty, no music. And doing this, I just remembered that I did not put my primer on, so we're gonna add it now. This week I used the Easy Blur primer from Huda Beauty, and I was talking about the last time I did a recap, I was talking about the Supergoop Unseen Sunscreen, and I kept saying it felt like a primer and I couldn't put my finger on it. It's this one. It's got like this like silicone type gel base. So here's the Supergoop from last week. It is the same consistency as this Huda primer, but the Huda primer does not have any sunscreen in it. So I'm just gonna put it here. I forgot part of my face, but that's okay. I do think this is a beautiful blurring primer, and if you have areas in your face that you are trying to have that blurred look, this primer is a really good one for it. For foundation, I decided to mix one of my holy grail products, which is the Dior Forever Star Filter. This is so good. Glow Star Filter. This is in the shade 4 with the Easy Blur Skin Tint from Huda Beauty. This stuff will leave you dewy all day. If you like a dewy look and you want it to stay, this is perfect. You don't need a lot of this either. And I'm gonna take this. This is in the shade Baklava, this 340G. I'm just taking about this much, and I'm just gonna mix it here. For every step, I spray with setting spray. I'm not sure if I had a setting spray in my reel, but I have been using this one all week from Pat McGrath. You can see this combo leaves the skin very, very radiant. I love it. While we're talking about skin tint, let's discuss the new e.l.f. Halo Glow skin tint. I did a video on it and I absolutely love this one. This is in the shade Tan Neutral and it has mineral broad spectrum SPF 50 sunscreen. And I did wear this to the pool. I think my makeup looked fantastic all day. Now, some of you did say that this price tag of $18 is a little steep for e.l.f., but I think it is well worth the price, especially for the look and actually being able to use it out, you know, at the pool in real life. I just think that my makeup looks so pretty all day. So if you were thinking about this one, I would recommend this one. If you're looking for a skin tint that has an SPF 50, this one is really good. For powder this week, I decided to switch to the Makeup by Mario powder, and this is in Neutral Peach. This is called Surreal Skin Soft Blur Setting Powder. Now this powder I only use on my under eye because my finishing powder is usually something that's radiant. It's usually my Hourglass Ambient powder. As far as the performance, I think this is great. I really don't use a lot of powder under my eyes. I do it here in the T-zone as well. Is this one just as good as the Peach Pie? I would say yes, it is. It's just gonna be personal preference, maybe the color. This is a peach shade, just like my Peach Pie. Slightly different color, but I like the peachy tones. The one thing that Peach Pie has over the Mario powder is packaging. So I'll just show you because Peach Pie is always on hand. It has the net here and you see that, oops, there's not a whole lot of excess. There is some, but not a ton. With the Mario powder, if your powder is traveling with you or moving around, you're gonna get a lot of excess powder. And that's the one thing. So I have made a huge mess here, just trying to get a little bit out. I have powder everywhere. I would choose the Huda Beauty over the Mario powder because I think the performance is great on both, but there is definitely a leg up with the Huda Beauty packaging for me. So you can see that shine kind of going down here, but the radiance is still there. I like to get in here too because it's always shining right there on me. All right, let's go back to brows and finish them. I have my Express Brow from Maybelline in the shade Black Brown. Not sticky, so that's good, but they are standing. Preliminary thoughts on this crazy lift. I think this could be a really good product depending on, you know, what you're looking for with your brows. Now this Maybelline product is a holy grail. I try to always have these on standby.
I dropped these back because I don't care.
Wait. Now usually with this combo, I have my Charlotte Tilbury Legendary Brow Gel. I don't really see it in this basket right now, so we're gonna skip it. Sometimes I'll just do this though. And if I want to, if you're really looking for more lift, you can comb it and then go back over with the brow gel and just fill in the gaps. So yeah, this looks pretty good. Not sure if it'll replace my Patrick Ta just yet. I haven't found anything better than my Maybelline Express Brow Pencil. I love the micro tip of this. All right, brows are done. Happy with these. So let's talk about bronzer. I have my LYS bronzer here and I carried this over from last week, but I just haven't been using bronzer like that. So I did skip out on using it again this week. So I'm just gonna put it away because once 2 weeks has passed, it's like, I'm probably not gonna use it, at least not right now. But I did purchase the new High Sculpt bronzer from Natasha Denona and I did a short with it. So check it out if you're interested. This shade might be better for me for the winter time. And the pictures are very deceiving because the bronzers are very light compared to what they look like on the website. And I thought this was gonna be great for me. It's a medium neutral. It has like a pinky red kind of undertone. And my goal was to get that sunburnt look. If you looked at the short, when I went outside, you could see it. It was very, very natural, but one shade darker is going to be better for me. So I did order the next shade. I think it's Toasty. So when that comes, I will do another demo. I think that the formulation of this is great. It is very serum-like, but as you can see, it's really almost the same complexion as my hand. So you see it does have that undertone here. It's so thin, it's so lightweight, and it really does blend nicely into the skin. And I think it's gonna look even nicer when you can see it. So I'm not really mad about this. I think what I'll do is try it again later on in the year, but I'm spending a lot of time at the pool, so I just envision that I'm gonna get more tan and you're not gonna be able to see this at all. So maybe not a complete waste, but I'll have to find out later on in the year. We're gonna go into blush next, and I had two from Patrick Ta. I only have one here in the basket, and then I had one from YSL Beauty, and I also have a blush from e.l.f. So let's talk about the Patrick Ta first. I had Not Too Much and Just Enough. Not Too Much was like a rosy beige shade, and Just Enough is like this kind of like a light baby doll pink shade. Now, I did like this blush. I do have some content coming where you're gonna see me apply this one because I'm not gonna use it in this video. But as you can see, it's got the ash factor even on me. I think I can get away with it, but I'm just not sure how much this will work for a variety of complexions. This is definitely ashy. I think that the cream performs a lot better. I don't hate it, but I don't think it's the pink that I was looking for. There's one by Denona Myricks I might try. I thought this would be kind of like a bubblegum pink, but even just looking in the camera, it is really, really light. Again, I like the blush. I have been working with the Patrick Ta blushes for years now, and I finally found two that don't just evaporate on my skin. I don't know if it was user error the other times, but I probably had about 5 Patrick Ta blushes, and I got so mad about some of them that I just threw them in the trash because I was like, at this point, it's just not a match for me. And then something just made me try. I really like Not Too Much. Someone did comment on the short that I looked sick, but you know, it can teach his own. I was trying to go for the sick look that day probably. All right, so we're gonna actually use the YSL Berry Bang today. This one is extremely pigmented. You do not need a lot of this one. If you have a complexion that's similar to mine or lighter, no. This could be Clown City potential, and that's not what we're trying to deliver today. Just gonna start with 1 dot and then we'll see if we need to add more, but you cannot get too happy with this one. Look how pigmented that is. Probably rivals the pigment of the Rare Beauty ones, those soft pinch blushes. Like, that's already a lot for me. I think the shade is beautiful though. And let me just start blending this side out before it dries down. You do have some playtime with it, but I wouldn't wait too long before it starts to dry, especially if you're trying to diffuse it as much as I am. But this is a gorgeous shade. And I do think they have this one in the powder formula as well, but I wanted to just try this one. I do have 4 of the powder ones. Yeah, that's not the point of this video. So here's what Berry Bang looks like blended out, and not looking in the camera, but in the mirror, I don't think it looks too much, but it's definitely a pigmented blush. So that was 1 dot. Okay, let's talk about the Glow Beauty Wand from e.l.f. So this is Pink Me Up. This is comparable to Pinkgasm from Charlotte Tilbury. I wouldn't be able to tell you the difference between the two. I have owned the Charlotte Tilbury one, but I won't repurchase it because of this. This is excellent. I did demo it in the e.l.f. video, and yeah, no issues with this one at all. And I know they have other shades, and it's $9 versus the Charlotte Tilbury ones, which I think are like $42 or something like that. Highlighter. I love these. These are the Forever Glow Maximizers by Dior, and I'm just in love with the shade Peachy, but I also have Rosy and I have Bronze. So I'm gonna be using Rosy today just to switch it up a taste. I think that Rosy gives more pigment than Peachy on me. I could use this as my blush if I wanted to, but it's nice as a blush topper. I'm just gonna take 2 dots. So you see that's pretty pigmented. I think these are so nice. They look good on bare skin. They look good on made up skin. Like, it's not gonna mess up your foundation or anything like that. You're not gonna see this as much because of the blush, but if I use this by itself, it's beautiful. Peachy is probably my favorite. Did y'all see those liquid Dior blushes that are coming out? I talked about them in the new makeup releases. I can't, but I will. Now the other highlight that I have is from e.l.f. and this is in IRL Angel. This also rivals the Charlotte Tilbury Beauty Wand highlighters. This is like an iridescent pinky gold shift. Now we've come to the fun parts. Well, all of it's fun for me, but we're gonna get into eyeshadow and then lipstick. Just gonna grab my NARS eyeshadow primer. What I noticed about this primer, you better get it in place, because if not, it's really hard to get off. And I guess that's the point, but don't be playing around. And don't think you can just go like that. I've messed up many an eye look because I can't get the primer off. We're gonna be using Pat McGrath, y'all, as soon as I find her. I have to get up. She was in the kitchen. I feel like Robert De Niro on Meet the Parents when they found Jinx. He was like, we found you. That's how I feel. I'm trying to think if I should do lips first. First of all, let's talk about Lisa Eldridge. This is the lipstick refill in the shade Toasty. Toasty or Toasted? Does the refill travel well? Yes, it's been in my book bag all week. I forgot it was in there. The top does stay on. So here's Toasted. I don't think I'm gonna put that on today. This was also in my basket. Okay, I feel like I'm not a fan. As expensive as these are, the Gucci matte lipsticks, I just feel like they're just okay. Like, this is Eliza Ginger. I did wear it this week. It's a great shade, but like, I just don't really do anything for me. And I feel like they might be a little bit patchy, so I would skip those. The Glow Revive Melting Lip Balm, this is nice. This is in Yummy Gummy. I did wear that, although, you know, they're super sheer, so the color doesn't really last at all. But I mean, for a lip balm, you know what I'm saying? It's cool. But you see that the color doesn't really last that long. I wouldn't want to pay more than $9 for it though. Oh, with the Lisa Eldridge, I got the Shade and Sculpt pencil. This is nice. But my friends, the highlight of lip products this week were these Huda Beauty lip stains and the lip oil. Do y'all know? So I lost this. I know I just bought it, but I lost it at Ariel's house. I didn't even realize I lost it. And then she sent me a picture yesterday, like, is this yours? And it was like on the ground in the street, like for 2 days. I was like, yes, I just bought that. Anyway, this is Toasty Brown. So let's use that since it's back in my life. Then we'll do the eyes. I'm sorry. This is looking patchy. What? Probably should have used a brush. I think did I use a brush? All right, that's better. Okay, that was looking a mess just now. Okay, so shaking this will be my second time using this shade. I'm trying to do that popsicle lip trend, which I'm actually liking. Not much of a makeup trends gal, but this one is cute. Now I do feel like I do need to reactivate it here. So I definitely think the cherry that I have performs better. That's Toasty Brown, and this is the Peachy Jelly Oil. I did forget to check out the transfer factor to see, but I don't think these will transfer, but I have the oil on now, so another toy. All right, so those are the lips. Well, let's get into the Utopian Dream. I've used this palette twice this week, and honestly, I've kind of enjoyed it. My go-to starting shade is Secret Eden. That's just going all over the lid. I'm gonna take a little bit of Cosmic Bloom. We're definitely gonna have to use Astral Amethyst Moon since I'm about to put this away. I'm just gonna pop it on top of Cosmic Bloom. I'm gonna just keep it in the center of the lid. Look at that. Next, I'm gonna go into Extreme Plum Noir. Gonna sweep Secret Eden on the lower lash line. And lastly, I'm gonna take Skin Show Nude Ecstasy for the inner corner. Wing wing.
Wing wing. Wing wing.
Okay, that is the eyeshadow look, y'all. Before I get to mascara, let's talk quickly about the other two eyeshadow palettes that were in my basket. We had the Lisa Eldridge Desert Gleam palette, which there's a video up on this. I don't know what I said in the video. I mean, I like it for what it is, and I like it because it's from Lisa. But when I compare this to my other earthly palettes, womp, womp, womp. Like, I didn't need this. I'm just not sure if I'm gonna keep it. I think if you are someone who likes really small palettes, really curated palettes, I think you will like this. The formula is excellent. I don't really have an issue with that. I'm a little disappointed that this shade is so light on me, because on the deeper model, this shade looks darker, and I was hoping that this would be a really nice transition shade, but it's so close to my skin tone that it's not really doing anything for me. So that sucks. I do like the cream to powder shade. I mean, I like all the shades, but I didn't need this palette in my collection, so I'm just not sure if it's gonna stay. It's just too expensive of a palette to just sit. I mean, I love the luxury feel of it and everything like that, but if it's not gonna be used or thought of, I'm not sure if I should keep it. When I go for an earthy color story, I'm certain that I would grab my Yucca palette or one of the other ones that I mentioned in my earthy palette color stories video. So let me know what you think about this one. I do think it's nice. I think that if you like very small palettes where you can still get a few different options, I think you would really like this one. But me, my Natasha Denona Yucca palette probably reigns supreme. Now the other palette I did add is this Dior Quint in the shade By Adair. I have a bunch of Dior Quints and I don't use them like that, but I really do like them. I think these are so easy and just very simple for like one and done looks, and I had a good time using this palette. It was just a very beautiful, simple look. And you know, with these, no more than 2 to 3 colors. You don't need a whole bunch of colors, but it does give you a couple options. And I'm just trying to use the stuff that I have. For mascara, I have one from Lethal Cosmetics. It was in the shade Coil. I don't think that mascara is anything to write home about. It really didn't give me any length or any volume, in my opinion, but I do like a brown mascara, so that was cool to use. This week I also tried out the Dior Show Over Volume mascara. It has a long name. I know there are tons of volumizing mascaras out there. The last luxury mascara I bought was the one from Prada, the Prada Scope, and I did take that back. I don't feel like it really did anything for me. Though I do see the difference in the volume. I don't know if it's easiest to see on camera, but I see it. I am gonna keep this one and continue using it. I do like to do 2 coats of this one, and this one is also waterproof, which is great. So you'll have to let me know. I'd love to compare this to a drugstore option. I hear lots of things about the Essence mascaras, and I actually had the Lash Princess by them, but I'm wondering how this would compare to, like, if they have a volumizing one. I'd love to compare the two, because I know $4.99 for me sounds a lot better than $33. So, I mean, you're paying for the name, but you know, I don't even care about the name. I've been getting into mascaras because I stopped using my lash serum, and that lash serum by Grande Lash really made a difference. But once I started reading up about the effects, long-term effects, I was like, okay, no, I'm gonna stop using it. And so my lashes they're still nice, but they're not like as long as they were. So I'm looking for something to give me some length and some volume. And I like trying different ones out, but I don't like to use a lot of mascaras at once, because, you know, I do throw them away after, you know, about 3 months. Like I see a difference. Like I can see my lashes, I mean, not almost to the brow, but I can definitely see them. And I should have done my setting spray first, so I'm just gonna skip that for the video. I am still testing out the Pat McGrath setting spray. I think the setting spray is a good setting spray. Does it give you glass skin? I don't think it does. I think it keeps your makeup looking nice. I think your makeup's gonna look great all day with this. I think it will enhance any dewy or glassy makeup products that you are using, but it's just not going to give you glass skin on its own. I did try with 2 layers and then I did 5. The 5 layers definitely work better, but I'm not gonna be doing 5 layers. So for me to get that look, if I have to do 5 layers, I mean, this is just not gonna be worth it for me. So my glass skin and dewy skin routine doesn't come from the setting spray. It just comes from everything else that I'm using. So I had that. I did try the e.l.f. setting spray with sunscreen. This has SPF 45. I didn't do a good job of touching it up, but I did use this when I had a pool day, and I will continue to use that. I think it's a good one. And then finally, to finish off, I don't know if I had a setting powder in my reel this week, but I had this one out. This is my Hourglass Ambient, and it's in the shade Mood Light, and I like it because it's it has this like lavender kind of tint to it. I love that one. And I also have the e.l.f. Halo Glow setting powder, so I will be trying out the e.l.f. Halo Glow a bit more, but today we're gonna go with the Hourglass Mood Light. I think this one's supposed to mimic candlelight. And that's it for my makeup, y'all. That's a recap of all the things that I said I was going to use this week. I feel great. I used everything except the bronzer, and then I also added some product and I emptied the product, so it just feels good using things in my collection. Here's the final look. Look at the eyes, y'all. So pretty. Such a pretty palette, Patricia. As much as I want to complain, it is beautiful. Let me know some of your top picks for the week and how you feel you are faring when it comes to makeup use. Do you have a large collection? Are you a collector? I love talking to you all in the community. Like, I love knowing what you do, how often you wear makeup. It's very rare, like right now, that I'm doing a full face like this, so I'm gonna find something else to film somewhere to go because I really like this. But I usually don't do a full face like this every single day, but it is fun to play in makeup. I love being able to talk more. I love being able to be a bit more knowledgeable about the products in my collection. But yeah, let me know some of your favorites. Are you wearing makeup a lot in the summertime? How often do you wear makeup during the week? And do you have a large collection? Do you have a very curated collection? I love to talk about things like that with you all, so let me know. And that is gonna be it. Thank you so much for taking out some of your time and hanging out with me for another one today. I do hope this was therapy for you. It always is for me. And until I see you again, make sure you are being gentle with yourself. Talk to yourself nice, stay safe, and I will see y'all in another one. Bye.